Could we talk about what Jauan Jennings wants? I don't think people really understand. Yeah, he's got a calf injury or whatever, and like that's probably a factor, probably. But I think it's pretty clear that he's holding in/out at the same time. And maybe he has leverage because, Demarcus Robinson suspended, also didn't practice today, could be hurt. There's so many hurt guys. But like when he held out, I was thinking, yeah, man, the Niners should give him the Cooper Kupp deal. 2 years, $15 million per, 3 years, $15 million per. That would be fair. Do you think Jauan Jennings wants $15 million per? I mean, Devontae Adams got $22 million per this offseason, and he's 44 years old, give or take. I'm thinking Jauan Jennings thinks he's better than Devontae Adams, even though he's not. But Devontae Adams is on the downside of his career. Like I said, he's 44 years old. Jauan's only 28, 29, 28. Now, maybe he'll settle for less, but I bet he wants like $25 million a year, which is why the Niners can't make him happy. You can't give him $25 million a year. You could sign Amari Cooper. You could trade for Jacoby Myers, but you can't give him $25 million a year either. So I supported Jauan Jennings at first. I felt like he was essential to the team and he wasn't asking for more than he's worth, but I think he's asking for more than he's worth. And I think the Niners are kind of being, I don't often support their front office. I like to roast the front office because what are they doing most of the time? But I would roast them if they extend him at this point. How many players are you going to cave to? At some point, you have to say no, enough. And I think this is the Niners putting their foot down, drawing the line in the sand, all those bad metaphors, cliches that my dad doesn't like me to use because he paid for me to go to UCLA. I didn't even pay for that. He paid. I'm so spoiled. English major, and I don't even use good grammar. So, Dad, I'm sorry for the cliche. I'm working on it. They can't give him a raise. You think they're going to give him a raise? They can't extend him. But if they give him a raise, he's supposed to make like $7 million this year. They could pump it up to 20. No, you can't do that. You got to show him and the rest of the team that the Niners it's a new Niners. This is a new team, and they're not going to cave to every player who acts out publicly. I mean, Jauan's tried everything. He even put up the cryptic post on Instagram day of the last preseason game, like, hey, don't forget about me. I'm upset. I'm not happy. I feel it, man. Me neither. A lot of time. But it's not going to work. I'm on the Niners side here. Don't give in. Can't. And if it costs you some games this year, then that's your fault. Should have drafted better. But what you can't do is just give Jauan Jennings whatever he wants, which is probably $25 million a year. Not worth it. Joseph Friel says, Trey saying take it easy on everyone reminds me how young and blessed he is. Quarterback position does require that dog. Even Brock has a little outdoor dog, though. I thought it was really cool. It felt like a very Christian thing to do. I'm not Christian, but I went to Catholic high school, and some of my best friends are very Christian. Shout out Jesse Naylor. I feel like the best Christians have this ability to forgive and move on. And like Jew over here, we're very big into revenge and like, grudges. It's what the Old Testament is all built on. So when you can really see someone who's 25 years old and is able to truly forgive, or at least in that moment, feel like they've moved on, it's inspirational. No snark at all. That's really one of the things I admire most about Christianity. That thing. Mr. Fish and Chips OBE says, is Lombardi set to be released from press room soon? Joseph Ernberg says, Grant, UFC gym Concord 2 p.m. tomorrow. I can't, man. They got final cuts. I would be there whooping everyone's ass, but I can't. But I would. Dangerous Dave 23 says, what difference is holding out or in showing up? Holding out means like not even in the facility. Holding in means going to meetings but not going out to practice. And holding in is sort of like this not weaselly, but it's a way to get around the fines. If you don't go to camp, they have to fine you $50,000 a day, and they can't give you the money back at the end of the holdout. They used to be able to give you the money back at the end of the holdout, but there's a new rule in the CBA. It went from $40,000 a day to $50,000 a day with no refund. So players are like, hey, fuck that. I don't care how rich I am. I'm not giving you all that money, because what? At the end of it's going to be $500,000 or more. So they hold in, and teams are like, all right, we'll honor that loophole because we don't want to completely alienate you just yet. Just yet. Does that answer your question? Ayuk did it. He held in. Jennings holding in. But really rich players that don't give a fuck hold out, like Bosa. Or did Bosa hold out or hold in? I don't remember. Trent Williams held out. He didn't give a fuck. And I respect that. I think holding in is kind of whack. If you really, whatever happened to standing on business? Did that die in 2023? People don't say that anymore. But if you want to stand on business, you got to hold out. Holding in, that's like sitting on business, laying on business, skating on business. That's not standing on it. That's not 10 toes down. That's like 7 toes with 3 in the air. Can you put 3 toes in the air? I don't think so. But it's still not 10 toes down. It's not standing on business. Not even a little bit. Such good questions today, man. Bosa held out. That's what I'm saying.